Hi, it's Joel McFadden with another quick tip from the bench. Today we're going to talk about holding your work. And we're going to start with the most common piece, which is a ring holder. And it's wooden, and you have a little wedge in the bottom, and this is what we've all started with, and it's the most simple and basic system. But it has a major flaw. We're going to talk about that. A lot of times we used to go and take our bench pins and put a nice V in it so that this would sit right here. It's pretty easy to file, pretty easy to use pliers on it. So if you're setting or not, doing prong setting, this is a fine tool. But it has a great weakness, and most professional jewelers today do not use these anymore. In fact, I kind of joke around that I'm more likely to use this ring holder to prop the door open than anything else. So what is the flaw with this one tool? The flaw is, okay, I want to do a bezel setting, so I'm going to put my bezel setting ring in here, and now I want to tap on it. It's kind of awkward. It's pretty hard to do. So most professional jewelers now have an array of tools like these that they use, and these tools hold the work for you and essentially relieve your extra hand. So now you've got two hands. But I thought I would take this opportunity to review the different tools and talk about which ones have what values. So one of the most common ones that's been out for quite some time now that a lot of people use is a Benchmate. And here's a Benchmate. And basically it's very similar to a ring holder in that you drop the ring in here and then you clamp it down. And if you check my other tip, I can show you about the bridge. But clearly the advantage here is now I have two hands to work with. So if I'm filing, I can use my thumbnail as a safe, or if I'm tapping, I can hold my punch and my piece at the same time. So you can see there's a tremendous advantage to that. Another tool that's really, really popular these days is the Engraver Ball. And this is a full-size Engraver Ball that I've had for a long time. And they will hold all sorts of work, big work, small work. I have a little ring vise in here now that works by sliding the ring on here and then clamping it down. I guess the ring that was on there was a lot bigger than that. So this works pretty good. It gives you a tremendous amount of flexibility. And of course, again, you have your two hands free. But these are heavy and they're made for hand engraving, and they're not always perfect for this. So my favorite these days, and the ones that we use the most, are the really great micro balls. And this is a particular one, is a cyansette ball. But these are just great tools because it's so flexible. You can mount a ring in here. You can do whatever you need to do, whether it's a practice plate or an engraving plate or a watch or a ring. And it's not as big and cumbersome. And a lot of times, you can move it around. It's a great tool. And if you're looking to step up from your bench, your ring holder, I suggest looking at one of these micro balls. Now, I'm going to give you a little side tip here. One of the things that we use a lot is I call it thermoplastic, but it's actually jet set or a soft plastic. You set this stuff when it's hard, it's really rock hard, but you just put it in boiling water and it softens up. And I'm going to show you how that works in just a second. So I've heated up my jet set, and when you get it, you want to grab it out of your water. It's basically, this is boiling water or just below boiling. You put it in here and it gets soft, and you can manipulate it into whatever shape you want. So typically what we'll do is we'll wrap it around a ring. And the reason we want to do this is to protect the ring from the vise here. Or if you just want to hold something that's really tough to hold. So I already did one. Here's one I already hardened. And what you do is you set it down and you just let it chill, or you put it in the vise and you let it chill. And I do in fact mean chill down. And when it gets soft, the jet set is pretty hard, like really hard. Now there's several different types of jet set, and the clear jet set is a lot harder. But this way, I can put my piece in the vise. It can't get marred by the sharp edges, and it's extremely secure. Once I've set my stone, all I have to do is take it out, put it back in hot water, give it about 3 to 5 minutes, and it will peel right off and there will be no marks on anything. And I find that this is one of the greatest inventions in the jewelry industry. There's so many things you can do with this jet set. And anyway, so there's my review of tools. You know, my favorite is the little inset micro ball vise, and then I use my Benchmate quite a lot. But if you're going to go buy one, you know, my suggestion is get one of these minis, because they're the most flexible, can be used for a lot more things. So that's your tip for the day, and remember to subscribe.